In the winter of 1859, the remote Mormon settlement of Cedar Valley, Utah Territory, was the site of a chilling mystery. 7 women vanished without a trace over 3 weeks. Official records from the time claim they left to join relatives in California, but this was a carefully constructed lie. None of these women had family on the coast, none owned the wagons necessary for such a journey, and crucially, no one witnessed their departure. Their true commonality was a dangerous secret that threatened to dismantle the power of the Mormon leadership in southern Utah and invite a full-scale federal military intervention. These women were unrecorded plural wives, married in clandestine ceremonies that left no legal documentation. As a journal found in 1923 would later suggest, they were not in California but were buried beneath the ruins of an old cabin. They had been acting as informants, selling intelligence about hidden Mormon weapon stockpiles to federal agents from nearby Camp Floyd. To understand their fate, one must understand the tense environment that made them a threat. Cedar Valley was more than a farming community, it was a strategic outpost on the route to California. The territory was still reeling from the Utah War of 1857–58, in which President Buchanan sent troops to quell a rebellion. Though resolved without major battle, distrust between the Mormon settlers and the federal government was profound, with the Army's continued presence at Camp Floyd a constant reminder of this tension. The settlement was ruled with absolute authority by Elder Nathaniel Carrington, a pragmatic and pious leader. He, like other prominent men, practiced plural marriage in secret, maintaining a system of spiritual wives invisible to census takers and the law. Sarah Peaton was one such wife, intelligent, literate, and privy to sensitive information through her position. The other 6 women, Rebecca Dalton, Catherine Fletcher, Mary Lou Kensington, Elizabeth Fairchild, Anna Sullivan, and Miriam Wallace, were in similar situations, married to other community leaders and living in a shadow world without legal recognition. This very invisibility, meant to protect them, ultimately made them disposable. During a harsh winter that increased the community's isolation, federal agents began discreetly inquiring about weapon caches. The Valley's Leadership Council, comprised of the 7 women's husbands, discovered evidence of a sophisticated intelligence leak. They found that their plural wives, feeling vulnerable and excluded, had formed their own network, meticulously documenting defense plans, supply routes, and arsenal locations. The damning proof came when Joshua Wallace found federal banknotes, payment for their treachery, hidden in his rifle stock. Convening a secret meeting, the council realized the extent of the danger. If these women testified, they would expose not only the illegal weapons but the entire practice of hidden polygamy, justifying a federal crackdown. Faced with this existential threat, the men devised the Purification Covenant, a plan to permanently silence the women. Under the guise of relocating them to safety, they would engineer accidents during mountain journeys, creating a plausible cover story of tragic deaths during voluntary travel. Sarah Peaton, ever observant, sensed the shift in her husband's demeanor and the community's atmosphere. She discovered a letter detailing the murderous plan and its timeline. In a desperate midnight meeting in an abandoned root cellar, she revealed the truth to the other 6 women. Realizing their only hope was flight, they planned an escape through a treacherous mining trail in the Aquia Mountains, aiming for Salt Lake City and federal protection. Their escape began on April 7, but Miriam Wallace never arrived at the rendezvous point. She had likely been discovered. Pursued by their husbands, the remaining 6 women faced a brutal journey through snow-blocked passes. Elizabeth Crawford, weakened and exhausted, soon collapsed. In a fateful decision, Sarah stayed behind with her while the others pressed on, hoping to send back help. The official record, however, tells a different story. It claims all 7 women departed voluntarily and filed letters from California. The truth was far darker. The 4 women who continued were intercepted and killed just short of their goal, their deaths later attributed to exposure. Sarah and Elizabeth succumbed to starvation and the elements in an abandoned prospector's cabin. Sarah's final journal entry stands as a testament to their plight. Miriam's ultimate fate remains unknown, with some speculation that she may have cooperated with the council to survive. The covenant succeeded in its goal. The weapon caches remained hidden, and the federal investigation found nothing. But the cost was immense. The men involved were haunted for the rest of their lives, their community dwindled into obscurity, and the 7 women were erased from history. Later discoveries, The Hidden Journal in 1923, a box of personal effects in 1934, and detailed maps with marked names in 1961, hinted at a much broader network of informants and a systematic campaign of silence against invisible women whose knowledge had made them a threat to the powerful. The story of Cedar Valley serves as a dark reminder of how easily those who exist outside official protection can be made to disappear.